What up, people? Know it's been a while. I'm just do. I wanted to go live later. I haven't had time. I've been going through a rough time, and I have not been well myself, especially on my recent trip to Alabama. These ladies, these women love walking around with no bra on, or they like to show off their tatas, especially these older chicks. Ugh, my goodness, it's tempting though. She's one of the neighbors. Oh, she's a really old head, and I'm like, we had an interesting conversation about that, but that's not neither here or there. I'm not gonna lie, I hope she let me play with him. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all come in. Give y'all a few minutes to get in because I gotta get going. I'm supposed to be on the road to Atlanta, so what I do is do. Hey, welcome. Hit the like button. Hit that like button and support the stream. You support the content. You fucks with it. Hey, support the stream. Because we talk real. We This is real talk, and we're about solutions, and we're about action, and we're not just saying this just for clicks and views. We're actually here to actually fix and solve the problems. Because my thing is, unlearned history you'd be doomed to repeat it. And it's time, and we're about healing and breaking the cycle. So I'm gonna play some music, and I'll be right back because I'm doing laundry right now. Eternally for daddy thanks for your support. I'm trying to think if the terms he's anything on the short. He's when I spot him now they throwing me so. I'm like I'm in the Caribbean resort.
Radio, only on Sirius XM. When Disaster Strikes 1997, my second solo album. Yeah, y'all know exactly what happened at that time. I just came and pretty much smacked the shit out of everybody. We put your hands in my eyes to shit. Now, we had an incredible time making that album. You know, I think I was really like honing in on my sound. You know, I was working a lot with DJ Scratch and Jay Dilla, Swiss Beats and Knots and Rockwilder at the time, and still work with those brothers to this day. Rest in peace to Jay Dilla. That album definitely it solidified me on a whole other level as a solo artist. Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See was really like a climate shifter culturally, as far as the sound of what was happening with the tempo of what was going on musically at the time, and just the feeling, the energy, and everything about it was just like a really new, refreshing energy and vibe and sound and feeling. I think for the first time, people really got to hear me in my regular voice without so much animation in the voice, but the animation was more so capitalizing my flow pattern and the cleverness of the metaphors and the punchlines. I definitely want to pay Diddy up for that, because Diddy at the time was telling me, chicks don't want to necessarily do the Dungeons and Dragons around with you all the time and shit. And he was like, just stick it to the chicks, use your regular voice when you do this joint or when you do a joint. And at the time, I didn't know how I was going to execute that, because I think usually when you perform a certain way on the beat got inspired that, because it's always a memory with, what you.
All right, welcome to the show. I know I'm a little bit late, but anyway, happy Friday. How y'all been? What y'all got going on this weekend here? Some of y'all will start showing up. Yeah, so I mean, this has been a trending topic. I think I don't. Now here's the thing. I don't fuck with Fresh and Fit. I don't. I mean, I have watched their content. Like back in when we had the pandemic, and actually I'm going to speak on that, but I'm because I got to be out of here before 1. But when we're under the COVID, the first shutdown and the mask thing, and guess what? There's a resurgence of this COVID, a lot of outbreaks. But I noticed that maybe it's just me that people is being downplayed, but I'm seeing a lot more people going back to wearing masks. Like that's going to help your ass, but okay. And they're pushing these jabs, they're pushing these so-called medicines that really just it's really not about helping you. They're telling you not to do any natural cures or no at-home remedies. Why is that? I understand, you should do your research and have some education on something. Even when you try to do medical research, they don't want you to have access to certain information. I want you to break it down. Pharmacist, take minus the P and harm, and then leave that and leave that part out and just stop right there. Take the P, harm, assist, harm, assist. So the pharmacists are an assistance to harm you. Harm, assist, harm, assist, harm, assist. Okay. I mean, it's like this is why, man. It's like I don't be. I mean, it frustrates me how a lot of us, y'all priorities are just. It's just we are too controlled as people, and I'm speaking across the board right now. And it's just we keep having the same issues. People talk about you always talk about the same thing. And I said, y'all never say that about the news. Y'all never say that about these daytime talk shows. Y'all never say that. This is that mask gonna happen. One of the apartment managers, she's the stereotypical. Just I don't know. Just y'all attitude is trash. As far as the so-called black women's issues, y'all have an issue with red pill content, manosphere content, men's advocate spaces, black men's, specifically anti-black I mean, especially against anti-misandry content. I'm just going to call it anti-misandry content. You have an issue with black men expressing their grievances, regardless of how you feel they're being disingenuous or not, or they're not telling the whole thing. But if you got a collective, and in general terms, even guys who have no issue having women, or guys who are in so-called happy relationships, or in a relationship, toxic relationships, and we're saying the same thing, and we don't know each other. Nobody really influences. We don't have spaces like black women do. Nobody caters to black men's solutions in general. Now you do got, and it's very small for a reason. It's very small out here. Hmm. It's very small. I mean, yes, you do have some of these, but there is a lane for the pain of men, the pain of males, guys that you would call incels, even though you got a lot of incel heifers out here. But y'all don't want to have a real conversation about that. You got women who can just outright trash men, advocate harm, rejoice if a man gets great, make justifications like Cardi B brag about how she drugged and robbed and raped men because of her situation. You know, women got a bunch of social programs, a bunch of welfare, resources, and stop saying it's because you got women who are childless and single getting help. So what you got men? Because my thing is that's the case. You got men who are single fathers, a growing number of men who are single fathers. Where's the help and resources for them? If you want to get taken, you got. Why is it that a woman who's single and childless gets more help than a man who's a single father? We like it's like what is going on here? I mean, what's this got to do with the topic, Calvin? Y'all, I keep saying this over and over again. This is how I know y'all operate. You don't. Y'all use like 2% of your brain cells, 2% of your brains. I keep saying this over and over again. It's all connected when you when you look at the political landscape, policies, institutions, society, sociology, psychology. It's all connected some way somehow. It's all connected. It's all connected. Now, I have I watch Fresh and Fit, and some of the stuff. And here's my thing about this. This is why I'm to myself. This is why I don't be in no part. You know, the stuff that you see with the manosphere, MGTOW. It started with MGTOW, but nobody really talks about. And I think those who know me for a long time, when I was like making what people would say true force loneliness content, it was to me. It's like I discovered Dwayne. I saw this overweight brother, obese brother, but he was talking about certain things, and racist Bill Greyhouse, you know, but a lot of the talking points that came from MGTOW, the mentality came from TFL, True Force Loneliness. I mean, and I do agree with Diana Boston from a racist aspect that when it came to total fucking loser, yeah, yeah, those some yeah, 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 some of them people, who are, white males, disgruntled, unhappily, white males were disgruntled. I mean, yeah, total fucking losers. That's what applies. But when we talk about the general, but the thing is, there are points that are facts. I can put my personal feelings aside and deal with the facts. A lot of y'all can't do that. We were never taught. We were never shown growing up. Even now, True Force Alliance and Maytel were the ones speaking on these issues. MGTOW because it was because you can't say true force loneliness or something like that, and now it's been hijacked to where women can control this narrative that they're just incels. What I would argue, you got a lot of antisocial heifers out here who make content just trashing men, even though they got kids, even though they got a high body count. Because let's be real, if a woman want to get some D, it's like even if she's an old lady, you dudes will screw anything. It trips me out when I hear when men talk about the society says men are visual creatures and they have a standard when it comes to looks and they're only attracted to a certain type of woman. But if that's the case, then how come these women got high body counts? Even if even if these women are dealing with the same dude, which a lot of them are, these women want a dude that got a bunch of women. They've been socialized, and some of it may be, predicated on biology, but it's mostly socialization that has manipulated biology. But you don't want to have this conversation because this is boring to y'all. Real talk, real stuff is boring to most people. Let's be honest. So if that's the case, if men were because men will sleep with a 400-pound whale. They will sleep with a scrawny ass woman. They will sleep with a mannish looking chick with a mustache and beard and shit. Even if the thing is, these dudes have no dick discipline. These dudes are so thirsty and desperate for a girlfriend. Because it's like I said before a long time ago, myself and others, but Bill Greathouse raised his ass, said women have all the choice and all the say so. When it came to these right-wing men's advocate spaces, and not just because I'm a men's advocate doesn't mean I'm into the right. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, even though I'm documented as a Democrat. But I have not voted in years. Once I found out the truth about the politics that they're selected and handpicked, and that they're not elected, they're selected. As that Fresh and Fit was talking about politics. And why were they shucking and jiving? When I watched them, there was they had on spot, but I noticed something. They had a black audience. The minute they got some non-black folks, white folk, and I noticed when they started getting more right-wing white folks, conservative white males, I noticed they started switching up. Okay, you have a growing audience, it's one thing. Just because I have a growing audience myself, and I can speak from experience, I'm not going to change my tune just to keep an audience. If you don't want to fuck with what I'm saying, you don't like what I say, we can have agree to disagree. That's no problem. But if you're against what I say, but and now you're trying to, and it's like, and you're not coming with facts, you're just coming off with feelings, and you're coming off narratives, manipulate statistics. Everybody can put up numbers and stuff, but what about the raw data? What about your observation, observable reality? Hey, I'm good, Raven. I'm good. I'm just, I'm speaking about this Fresh and Fit. I'm speaking about a bunch of other stuff that I need. I know I've been behind in a lot of stuff, but I was banned for like a couple weeks. YouTube banned me, man. For some reason, I'm a small channel. I'm the OG in this space, right? But my videos get taken down quickly compared to these other YouTubers who got big channels. But my channel was, I take that as a compliment. I'm not mad at YouTube or other social media and TikTok because TikTok don't like me. TikTok really hates me. You think YouTube's bad? When I got on TikTok, man, that's a different beast. I got a few followers on TikTok, but they're so afraid of what I'm saying and showing. And I'm not just talking, I'm actually showing facts. And I'm actually analyzing and breaking down and building up these facts and the truth. So they know who's the real ones out here. But let me talk about get back. When I saw this came across Fresh and Fit, they had a black audience. They had a black male audience. But then they started having some white folks. That's how I know their heart was in the right place. Because even if me, when my old channels were growing, I had mostly 2,000 subscribers at one point. When I noticed something. Yes, I had more white folks because my channel started as a men's channel. My first YouTube channel started off as a men's channel. Yes, I did touch on racial topics here and there, but when I started actually, my audience was mostly white males. Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. That is absolutely true. But back to what I'm saying is that when my channel started growing, I had mostly white males, but I noticed that they were conservative, they were this and that. And I noticed something when I started speaking on racial issues, when it came to the men's issues from a black man's perspective, all of a sudden my followers, these so-called followers, just abandoned ship. And what was crazy is that you had these black males who I would call goddamn coons that claim to me for men's issues, but they never want to touch on the racial aspects of the black misandry, the anti-black misandry that black men face worldwide, especially in Western society. So when I started actually being, because I know the women were coming at me, I expected the women. When I started going, I noticed something. When it came to black women, when I didn't do certain things, even when I had content creators, these white folks, some of these white folks was trying to get me to go out on a certain black content creator and try to say, "Oh, you're taking up for the white." Yes, I am. Just like y'all take up for each other. I don't condone bad, fucked up behavior, but you don't understand our condition, and you don't care, obviously. And if you don't like what I say, you can take your ass and leave. Yeah, it's like the whole thing. And the thing about this, to touch on what you're saying, is that when you see that Alabama brawl, I was in Alabama for a couple for like a few days, like I think like 4 days, like I think yeah, about like because I got there Thursday night, Thursday, and it was Friday morning. Yeah, so it was like Thursday. I got there Thursday night. It was like then it was Friday morning. I had two full and Saturday. So when I was in Alabama from Thursday night, so it was like a full Friday and Saturday. I had a full day to spend out in Birmingham. I was in Birmingham, so I was like the whole experience out in Birmingham was. I mean, it had a lot. It hit home a lot of things. I mean, what are the people before us? With the church bombing onto the church where they actually did. When those young black girls were unalived, and then them family was injured, and I saw the the old bus stations and stuff, and it was just so interesting just riding through Alabama. I mean, the history of Alabama. I mean, Alabama is an interesting state. I mean, I have drove through when I was driving to New Orleans, driving to Texas, Dallas, Texas. When I had my road trips with my family, with my brother and sometimes my mother and my brother. You know what I'm saying? My other family members, right? And when people ask me, oh, someone messaged me, right? About, oh, were you part of that brawl? I said, what are you talking about? I'm in Birmingham. And so no, that, and I looked into it. Yes, I saw that brawl. I saw how these business owners, they own this market, and they had they obviously they were just they were like a hybrid of extreme white supremacists, cave supremacists, and one of those so-called liberal, but they were outright white supremacists. I'm talking about neo-Nazi Klan, aggressive. See, they were the ones they because I remember I saw the some of the videos on TikTok. The guard, or I don't know, it was the Coast Guard or the riverfront guard. saying you can't park your boat there. They got to add to how dare you, you don't get to tell me what to do and all that stuff. I don't have to listen to you, and just being real disrespectful. I already know they were saying some words. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, they just try to jump this black man. But I mean, but you know, and then first they were standing around. You know, most black folks, or I mean, this doesn't matter if you're up north, down south, or West Coast, Midwest. It's like, you know, we have a coward mentality when it comes to white folks. But I noticed that they were fighting back because it just takes another black person. Because there was a young brother that jumped off the boat, on one of them moving boats, you know, to help that black man get jumped. And all of a sudden, the chairs and all that stuff. And I'm going to touch on that. I'm going to touch on that case to see what's going on. Now, when it comes to certain issues, trending topics, or topics in general, or historical and current and present and future topics, I don't like to make a video right away. I don't like to do a live stream right away because I like to get all the facts first, get all the things, and get my thoughts together too. Because I don't want to say something and it'll be used against me. So when some people that you're going to talk about this, and I'm like, okay, when you're going to start donating, you know what I'm saying? When you're going to start cash apping me? You want me to do all this content? It'd be nice if you actually donated. If you can donate $100 to these lying ass heifers who claim to be for men's issues, like Pink Book Lessons in them, Courtney Michelle and them, Chantel Simone and them, and Just Pearly, fuck Just Pearly things. These women are opportunists. They took over the red pill. They took over these black men's advocate space, these men's advocate spaces, just for attention. It's like it's the OnlyFans. It's the new OnlyFans. All a woman got to do is just talk about men's issues, get this fake ass dating advice that they got from a man, and these dudes will be like trying to hit her up. She don't have a husband. She's never been married, or she has failed badly. Now all of a sudden she's the male version. She's a Steve Harvey for men. She's the Jared Jackson for men. Yeah, it does. And the thing is I want to touch on is that while they were making those clips go viral, there was people talking about how they have all these new legislation, these laws, and then talking about food shortages and gas prices. I mean, gas is high. Not a lot of people are driving like that. Yes, you do have more in summertime, more people going, but I'm seeing more of the rising costs and the shortages and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Never trust women. Exactly. And the thing is, we're so stuck. I think these relationship issue problems need to be talked about, but they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to get down to the nitty-gritty. They rather use popular talking points instead of just speak from the heart. Instead of speak from their personal experiences. A lot of these people are speaking on stuff that they never lived. Derek Jackson, Janaea Jackson, scammers, black relationship scammers. Janaea Jackson was talking about how she was a 304. Obviously, she talked about she's this Christian woman. And here's the thing about black female Christians. I already know y'all full-blown 304s. She's talking about how she was RAP, 3, RAPE. But the way she explained the story, it was like, wait a minute, you're taking on a trauma, but y'all act like, well, when it comes to men being RAP by women, especially these young boys that these females violate on the regular, especially the black community, all of a sudden, it's just SA, it's just it's just, she got caught up. There's a bunch of excuses. There's a bunch of excuses. It's like it's just downplayed. And these women are not getting. Let me say this: if that was a problem, you would have a real shutdown. But they talk about in the wintertime now women being harassed and stuff. That don't go on in the wintertime. Actually, that's a lot of these women set themselves up, and the reason why, and all they got to do is how they conduct themselves, behavior, mindset. I'm like, how are you moving? How was you dressed? How is she behaving? Even when it comes to TV, what did you do? What did you say? How was you? Were you given the attitude? I'm not saying that warrants TV, but I'm saying if you're provoking and you get into a man's face, you're making threats. You're provoking and antagonizing. What do you expect to happen? You expect them to just smile and just take it? But yet you raise these males to respond like you. But at the same time, take the abuse like a simp, absorb the disrespect, and that's it's like now men are called feminine because we don't take no shit. But so you're supposed to let a woman emasculate you, verbally abuse you, accost you, put hands on you, and that's being a man. But if you stand up for yourself and check her or call her a liar when she accused you of something you didn't, now you are feminine. Now you are one. Now you speak out against the democracy and the misandry. Now you're not a man because you're supposed to just go along to get on. Last much a real man don't go along to get on. And now these heifers are going to tell you what a man is, and they've never been a man in their life. They've been a part-time hoe ass nigga. Exactly. You got these delusional broads like Cardi B, drugging and robbing, raping men, and she's still being violent. She's just still being toxic. She's still being anxious. She's still a caricature. All the stuff she talks about. Same with Sierra Wilson. Oh, you don't need a man. I'm strong and independent. Bitch, you married. Both you hoes are married, and y'all cheating on your husbands, but yet you get mad and getting your feelings and complain about Offset cheating, having more. You knew who the fuck he was. What are you not doing in a relationship, but you're doing? See, this is what I say. They want you to make a lot of money. They want you to do this and that. But the guy who ain't got nothing going on, oh, they'll give him all the pussy. They'll give him all the titties. They'll give him all the pretty feet. They'll give him all the booty. This is what they do. They will give the guy. So basically, you won't date a broke man, but the minute you're in a relationship, now you want to have fun with the broke dude. Women are users. And people say use no, there's a thing. It's an exchange. You don't get to use people and screw and pump and dump and screw them over and lie to them. You got too many liars out here. You got women talk like I mean, and I might do a whole thing on Tia Mowry talk about how hard she is trying to date. Aisha Curry. She flirted with other men, but she want to talk about Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry. Now I'm not saying Stephen Curry's innocent, but when he had issues with his father cheating and having affairs, let me tell you this. But the mother was cheating, and the mom was a Negro bed wench. The mom was having her affairs too. But I will say that they didn't embarrass each other like you see most people do, but especially black folks. They like to tell all their business because we can't talk to our female counterpart. We can't talk to them and be diplomatic because they're backed up by Zaddy and Karen and Becky. They're backed up by Chad and Brad. But you can't discuss this in the conscious community. You're called a coon. You're called a black woman basha for pointing this out, pointing out misandry. Only women can be victims. A woman can never do no wrong. Let me say this, and then you wonder why you got a lot of women who are undateable. You got women like Lizzo who are fucking hypocrites. Now Lizzo being accused of stuff and being thrown underneath the bus. Lizzo pushing body positivity, but when it came to men's having body positivity, she didn't want to say nothing. But this woman don't even support body positivity. She's disrespectful. She's extra. She's belligerent, body shaming. Now I understand if you're doing a certain role in something, you may need to be in a certain type of. You need to be in shape. You need to be a certain size. But her being very abusive and talk about she's against body shaming, but yet you have the audacity to body shame and be verbally abusive and toxic and extra. Now, are these women that are accused of Lizzo or something? Maybe they had some bad blood? Probably. You're right. Yeah. I mean, I have nothing in common with black folks, with your especially American black folks, FBA. And the thing is, I'm Jamaican, but yeah, I call out a lot of coon shit with these Jamaicans, a lot of coon shit with the Black Caribbeans, a lot of coon shit. And it's just like, but to me, I think because my father is from a different culture, I have a different perspective on certain things. Because my cousins on my dad's side of the family who were born in America, born and raised, got the same issue. Even they have a Black American woman or a Black American man. I see that we have these common issues because because you're supposed to move a certain way. Now, when it came to Fresh and Fit, I know I'm all over the place. I might have to do a video part 2, a live stream part 2 about this. Is that when you have a balanced mentality, and it's like I've been at war with people. You know what I'm saying? I have gotten my threats. I have gotten long ass messages. I mean, women cussing me out. Dudes coming for me. Dudes want to talk about my weight. Dude, you a guy. Why would I want to get in shape for you? Why are you gonna look at me why do you want to see me be in shape for you? So you want me to look good for you, but you sleep with fat women? I said, let me ask you a question. Do you got a car? I'm not saying that. No, some people. Look, if you don't want to have a car or something, or you just live in a city where you got transportation that's good, reliable transportation, public transportation. Okay. I wonder how many women. I mean, all the women you talk about fucking are fat women or little size heifers. Don't come for me with that. Why don't you tell them bitches to lose weight? And stop saying because she got kids when it takes 2. A lot of times men don't have the resources. You got men who got to work 5 jobs to take care of these hoes. Men got to put themselves last and take care of family. You got the son husband effect. Nobody want to talk about. You got the son husband. You got to look after your mama. You got to look at the women in your family who are ungrateful. You got to look at sometimes some of the men in the family. You got to do all these things, these selfless things that is not your responsibility, but they'll drain you. Your family will drain you, especially if you're a Black man. They'll drain you because these women don't got a man, so they want you to do things for them. And they don't even say thank you. They don't even give you, they just expect it for nothing. Because the fathers told them that a man should just give you everything. Nigga, you didn't give her a BMW. So what the fuck you talking about? You spoiled her rotten. You didn't even give her everything, but you're telling her if you didn't give her a Mercedes Benz as a first car, second or third car, why should I? If you didn't, you didn't give her the house. What inheritance have you given her? Now they give everything to the women. They give these social programs, the resources. Man, we got to figure shit out. Why do we got how come I can't get no wisdom from no brother? It's a damn shame that I got older men trying to shame me to get married, and these motherfuckers ain't married, or they're living off of women, or they don't pay. These guys don't pay no damn bills. They live off her. They abuse her children. They abuse her, and they're gonna tell me what I need to do as a man. These dudes don't even deal with in shape women. They deal with emotionally unstable, extra average, little size heifers, and they're gonna tell me what I gotta do. And you wonder why the Black community is so screwed up. You wonder why America is so screwed up because you listen to the wrong people. You got men getting mad because you got men on here saying, if you're a man who's well to do and who got stuff going on, don't take no single mother. Or they say, hey, if she is a good woman, she's there with you, down with you. Yes, you could. And she's been there for you. And the thing is, she does good by her child and the child's, and she's not denying the child's father access. You're on good terms, but she's loyal to you. She's there for you. You're being respected. Her children respect you. You're not mistreating the children. You're not mistreating her. Then yes, okay, then that's the exception, but that's not the norm. You got men talk about, well, if I'm in shape and this and that, why should I deal with a woman who's Lizzo? But yet these same Lizzo heifers would not deal with a dude who's overweight. Now here's the thing: there's women who I look at them for. They are so funny because a lot of these women say, "I ain't dating no fat man or no man who's overweight." But for some reason, these same women. But here's the thing: as a man who's overweight, you better know how to dress. You better know how to dress. You better have that game. You gotta have that mouthpiece. You better have some type of charisma. There's some guys. There are a few dudes who are overweight and chubby getting it in, and they don't have to lie to women to get what they want. I'm upfront when it comes to me. I'm upfront. But a lot of these guys like Fresh and Fit is paying for pussy. Both these guys are lame as hell. They fly these women out. They bully women. They shame women. If you don't, for me to pay you a collab, you gotta have sex. You gotta have sex with me, or I'll put you on blast. This is hoe shit. These guys are not masculine men. These guys are not alpha men. That's some beta hoe ass nigga shit. These guys said a lot of anti-black rhetoric, but when they dealt with some type of form of racism, now they want to call it white supremacy. No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to shit on black folk, but you want the same black Americans, the black community, to come to ask the Jamaicans, ask the Samoans, ask the Barbados ass niggas, the Caribbean niggas to help. Don't ask black Americans to advocate for you, because black Americans have advocated for all these foreign black folks, these advocates, just to get spit in their face and get called a nigga by them. Just like black Americans have done this for all these other groups, but when it comes to us, it's a problem. And I noticed that when black people like myself say stop cooning, they always say stop the violence. I'm like to stop being a goddamn coon. Black people don't support me on my message when I say stop being a coon. Have pride. Don't listen to these people say swallow your no. Don't swallow your pride. Why we're not cooning? Stop cooning. But I'm about to get going, you know what I'm saying? But my thing about the whole Fresh and Fit thing, although that's a trending topic, you got a lot of shit going on with these politics, these policies. Okay? Y'all should not be surprised that a lot of that Fresh and Fit, even the people, even a lot of these so-called, these so-called red pillars, even though it's across the board, but especially in the black sector of black YouTube, these women's empowerment, these women who talk about their women's empowerment, a lot of the stuff they talk about, they're not about that life offline. These women saying men are this and that. I'll never forget about Cynthia G. I'll never forget how this had to talk all this crap about black men just to get knocked up by the same black man that she claims to hate. But she advocates harm and violence towards black men. But yet you got a child from a black man who has a reputation of being a serial baby mama. He has multiple kids from different women. I don't care if he's in good terms. I'm just calling out the fact that she's a hypocrite. I don't have a problem with Robert Perkins. Yes, I have butt heads with Robert Perkins, and there are a lot of content creators. But it's like a lot of these women are just for the bag. A lot of black folks, like these grifters. I saw Rowan Martin when I was in Birmingham. I met Rowan Martin in person before. DC, South Carolina, Birmingham, Alabama, Miami. I've seen him. You got a lot of these grifters that talk about the same rhetoric, but nothing changes. Tariq Nasheed, a lot of these people are frauds at the end of the day. They're just grifters. They don't want to give you a real solution, because if they give you a solution, then how are they going to pay their bills? They want you to give them donations to these projects that don't get you nowhere. I mean, they don't want to, but see, this is our fault. It's our fault because we allow us to get played. We allow ourselves to get played. So I can't get mad at these grifters. I'm not getting mad at us. But anyway, I'm going to do a follow-up on this live stream, and I'm definitely want to address a lot of the topics. Probably when I get into town, when I get in Atlanta, play some videos if I'm able to, and and go into this and that. But see y'all later. Like, comment, share, subscribe.